And hello again, everyone, and welcome to Hastings College Softball here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Veronica and Marcus Metcalf with you as we get set to put the opening touches here on the 2026 campaign as the Hastings College Broncos get set for their home opener against a non-conference opponent, the York University Panthers. Tyson Veronica, Marcus Metcalf alongside with you as Hastings College coming in with a record of 7-8 so far. Road trips including south and the Kansas, Missouri area, and then most recently out in Florida where they picked up 2 victories on their Florida road trip, but back at home, 3 clicks of the heels, and we are back at the bill and on cue. Some weather to certainly attend to. If you're on defense, it could be a miserable afternoon with winds gusting at around 37 miles per hour, blowing from left to right. We'll get to all that and so much more here, again, with a doubleheader that is scheduled for 4 and 6 here this afternoon from the Bill Smith Softball Complex in Hastings. Before we get too much into the lineups and the play-by-play and breaking this baby down, it's time to get caught up with the head coach, Troy Baker, the head coach of the Hastings College Broncos. Had an opportunity to catch up with him before the game. That conversation coming your way as Hastings College Softball is on the air this afternoon here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
But, pitching's been pretty good. Pitching's good. Defense is good. That's going to be a test today with a ball going up in the air because it might come back and land to the catcher with out in the outfield. But we just been very inconsistent, and they know it. I told the ladies that at the beginning of the year, that was a strength. I keep telling everybody, we're going to score runs, but we haven't really scored runs. I think we had McPherson. We scored 10 runs in a game, but we just haven't been consistent. The best thing is we're 0-0 in conference. So we have some games to figure it out before next weekend against Dakota Wesleyan.
Non-conference play, always kind of an opportunity to just see what you're rolling with heading into the grind of the GPAC season. You get another opportunity to see that here at home today with the doubleheader against York. From last year to this year, players graduate, shoes need to get filled, players have to step into different roles that maybe they're unfamiliar with. What have been some of the bright spots that you've seen with some of those players that had to either find new roles or step into some pretty big shoes?
The biggest surprise this year, and it happened in the fall, Jenna McLean, who's a freshman, who came to me as a shortstop. We moved her to left field, and she's looked great. Just not going to see her today. She has mono. But she's been a pleasant surprise. Strong kid. Her big sis is here, and she's accustomed to big game moments. Mom's a coach at Fremont. She's been a pleasant surprise. But, after that, it's been, Sophia Carroll, who was a backup last year, is hitting around 300 in center field and has done a great job for us hitting in the 2-hole. She can bunt. She can hit and run. Not the fastest kid in the world as a center fielder, but she does a good job for us and will make all the plays. Then you got a lot of the same cast of characters from last year. And hopefully, like I said, familiarity with the ballpark, with the wind. I'm hoping that some of these guys, figure out with the 8 seniors that we're going to start playing at a high level.
Sometimes it's bangs and bruises. Sometimes it's what we can describe as just the crud that has been going around South Central Nebraska. Your team not immune to that. A couple key players, and especially in at the circle, going to be scratched today. Some pieces of the puzzle to put together as we navigate this doubleheader today, I think.
Yeah, Kiara, woke up with the stomach flu, and she came out here, and I sent her home. So we're going to be starting a true freshman in game 1 who came in the other day through 5 great innings in relief. We're going to give her a start and see how that goes. And then game 2, Cassidy Beavers, who threw 8 innings out in Florida against a solid team and got the win. She'll throw game 2. Now Danny Sitz is our number 2 pitcher. She's been a little banged up too. And I told her that, can you go? And she said, I'll be ready. So, she'll be in relief with Bailey Schmidt. We'll be okay. It's just when you have 7 pitchers, you never know if that's going to be enough. Well, today it could be in good effect that we're going to need everybody on board.
Coach, we talk about it like it's just a day that ends in Y, but another windy day here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. The third factor, we talk about pitching, we talk about hitting. Defense on a day like today can be an absolute circus for some teams that are unfamiliar with how to navigate this wind. How big is the defensive fundamentals today if your Broncos are going to come out winners?
I think it's huge. We haven't really been out here to practice very often. We came out here yesterday actually for the very first time, which it wasn't a windy day at all yesterday, not compared to today. But, you got Caden Kapler, who's a 4-year starter in right field. So like I said, Soph's been out there before. We're going to actually have a freshman, Reagan who's from Grand Island and Grand Island High. She's going to get an opportunity. And I said, good luck today. I wasn't tongue-in-cheek. I said, good luck, because if you're not used to this, which I'm hoping that, York, not being, familiar with this ballpark or anything, it's going to be chaotic. If we hit the ball on the ground and hit line drives, we're going to win. And the big thing is our pitchers are going to have to throw strikes. You don't want to walk anybody in this thing because then teams can play small ball. So there's no doubt it's going to be a huge factor in this game. And you don't want it to be an outcome, but I'm afraid it's going to happen.
Coach, lastly, as we kind of put the official finishing touches here on the non-conference season with a Sunday series in Tabor that's now been scrapped due to some inclement weather that's going to be coming into the area. This is really the last opportunity in the non-conference here for the Broncos to get some momentum heading into GPAC play. What are you, from the coaching staff standpoint, wanting to see out of your team today?
I just want us to come out here with a lot of fire. And again, I think they're excited. A lot of them were out here way earlier than normal. And I'm sure there's a lot of nerves, even from the 5th-year senior in Lexi Mudloff. She's been at this year 5, and I'm sure there's some butterflies in her stomach just because this is the last first game, and I'm sure there's going to be a handful of people to begin with until that wind blows them away. But I think we'll have a decent crowd here to root on these guys. I just think if we get off to a good start, that's going to be a big key to this the doubleheader.
Coach, good luck. We'll talk with you after game 2.
Thank you, Tyson.
That's again Coach Baker joining us here on the pregame show. Stick around. Starting lineups, play-by-play. It's all coming up next. It's the Hastings College Broncos and York, and it's coming up on Extreme Sports.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back with you here at the Bill as the Hastings College Broncos get set to open up their home portion of the 2026 season. Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you. Time now for your starting lineups here this afternoon, and the lineups brought to you in part by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings, your trusted cleaning experts for homes and businesses. For the York Panthers, again coming in with a record of 6-14, we will see Shannon Nelson in the leadoff spot, the second baseman with a .327 average. Brooklyn Hadel at the .317 average, bats in the 2-hole, and Taylor Larson in the 3-hole, playing third, batting .321. In the circle, you heard Coach Baker in the pregame show. Jaslyn Moreno getting the start after 5 good innings over in Florida. She will get the start as Kara Brock, the talented senior starter with the stomach flu, is ill today. And first pitch swinging right away. It's a quick chopper up to the pitcher, bobbled by the third baseman Skinner, and the leadoff hitter Shannon Nelson is aboard after the ball deflects off the glove of the young freshman Jaslyn Moreno. In the circle here for Hastings College. Brooklyn Hadel, the shortstop, will now bat second with a runner on. York coming in with the blue tops, blue pants, black numbers trimmed in white for Hastings College. The home team here on the scoreboard, the black tops, white bottoms, white numbers trimmed in the crimson, as that pitch is in there for a strike, and it'll be a 1-0 or 1 count here for the young freshman Jaslyn Moreno. Second pitch off on the play is going to be Nelson. It's a bunt, and we're going to have a play here at third base, but sliding in safely as we try to work from first to third there. Lee to Skinner. The sacrifice bunt is successful, and Nelson, who is off on the pitch, is now aboard at third base, as York is in business here in the top half of the first. Taylor Larson now coming up to the plate with a .321 batting average, as we, for the first time this afternoon, get to welcome in Marcus Metcalf, my right-hand man. And Marcus, good to be back here at the Bill as the spring sports season now really we can officially say getting underway, at least in terms of our broadcasts. And always nice to be back at the Bill with you on a Thursday afternoon.
Oh, yeah, it's a great time to be back here at the Bill, and not the greatest weather day in terms of wind-wise, but other than that, it's a great day to be here at the ballpark as we get ready for the spring sports season. It's great. Glad to see some baseball and softball going already.
70 degrees here at first pitch. The feel-like temperature is 59. Why the 11-degree difference? Well, we've got winds coming out of the west at 23 miles per hour, gusting up to 37 as it's a two-hopper to the shortstop, and Graff fires it over to Lee in time. 6-3 put out, but it will drive in. The game's first run as Shannon Nelson comes around to score. After the infield single, Nelson scores the run on the 6-3 putout. And Taylor Jones, the cleanup hitter out of the right-handed batter's box, will step in. She leads the team with a .388 batting average as she steps up to the plate with nobody on here. Really important, I think, Marcus, for the young freshman to get off to a quick start here in the circle. Obviously, we got butterflies. It's the home opener, and a big ask from the Bronco coaching staff for Jaslyn Moreno to step into the circle here to get the start for this home doubleheader.
Yeah, especially on a day like today where the only way this ball's going to get out of here today is if you hit a low line drive, kind of like a golfer trying to hit a 300-yard drive, you got to hit that baby low into the wind. That's what these girls got to do today, and so that kind of helps your pitcher kind of calm it down a little bit. She knows if she can get away with something that you normally can't get away with.
Foul tip. That'll be strike 2. Across the diamond, who's Carol Kapler out in the outfield? It's Skinner at the hot corner, Lee at first. Graff at the shortstop spot. Lexi Mudloff, a fifth-year senior from Grand Island Central Catholic, playing second base. Moreno and Medeiros, the Battery mates at pitcher and catcher as we have another foul ball here off to the right side. A very quick-moving top half of the first here. York again on the board after the 6-3 put-out drove in the game's first run. Shandon Nelson manufacturing that with the infield single and then the sacrifice bunt that moved her over to third as Taylor Jones looks here at a 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top half of the first. As this ball is chopped up to second base, and Mudloff is underneath it, and that'll do things here for the top half of the first. So after an infield single starts things off, York cashes in. They lead the Broncos 1-0 as we are just underway from the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Beautiful day. Let's play 2 here at the Bill. You're listening to Bronco Sports here on X.
I became the manager about 1.5 years ago. Now what I get to do is, as the manager, I get to support my nurses and continue to help them grow and develop into fantastic nurses that give exceptional care. The favorite part about my job is being able to round with those patients and hear how great my nurses are. They say, oh, so-and-so is great, and talk about the great care that they are providing to them. I just love the impact that nursing can make. That's why we do this job. You know, it's for those positive outcomes. It's for those miracle stories. It's for the relationships that you build and the heartache that you feel for these families, but yet the triumphs that they have at the end. And they get to hold their baby because of the care that we provided here. And that's just incredible to me. And that's the whole reason I became a nurse. Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
Back here at Bill Smith Softball Complex in Hastings, Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you, bringing you the doubleheader, the home opener here for the Hastings College Broncos, as Hastings College now coming to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. Take one more quick look at the starting lineup put together by Troy Baker here, and it's brought to you by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings, your trusted cleaning experts for homes and businesses. Kaiten Kapler will lead things off, batting .327 on the season as she steps into the right-handed batter's circle. Sophia Carroll batting second with a .308 average. Lexi Mudloff hitting third. In the circle will be Alex Harwell to face the Hastings College Broncos as Kaiten Kapler has a first pitch strike. So Harwell sets in here at the circle on the 0-1 count. Rocks and fires. Ball misses on the outside.
Yeah, Kapler so far in the year, she's hitting .327 on the season with 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 7 strikeouts, and 5 walks on the season thus far.
The home run statistical category, a bit of a question mark on a day like today. That fence sitting at 200, it might as well be 350 all the way around, with wind blowing around 16 miles per hour. Again, gusts up to 37 at some points this afternoon here in Hastings. You take a look at Old Glory on the right-hand side. A stiff breeze going from left to right here this afternoon as it's a hitter's count 2-1, ball inside and a little tight as well. Kapler's got a hitter's count here at 3-1.
That's the thing today, is going to be patient at the plate and see if you can find one that's in your zone and see if you can hit a line drive, especially into this one here this afternoon.
Harwell working quickly, fires this one inside. Kapler swings and might have found that one off her foot as she comes up limping out of the batter's box a little bit. Going to take a breather. Here we've got a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, about half of this Hastings College lineup is hitting over 300, and Coach Baker mentioned that here in the pregame show.
Thought that this would be a good offense coming into the season. Consistency, I think, is a big concern heading into conference play, but boy, when this offense has it all together, they can be very dangerous. And Sophia Carroll coming to the plate. Lots of speed here at the top of the lineup, too. Remember Cap and Carroll from last year. Outfield gems on the defensive side of the ball for Hastings College. Of course, Cap with the big hit to end the season that ultimately sent the Hastings College Broncos into the Great Plains Athletic Conference Tournament, where they would playing that quad up in Fremont. I think bigger goals and aspirations heading into this year's GPAC campaign. Sophia Carroll again stepping up to the plate as she works here on Alex Harwell. The count is 0-1. Squares around a bunt. It's a beauty right to the pitcher and fires over to first. Diving back into second safely is going to be Kapler. Sophia Carroll with the sacrifice bunt after the base on balls. And a little small ball here with the wind blowing in and to the right. Mentioned that, Marcus. Defensive execution at a premium, I think, this afternoon here for both teams.
It's a team who can make the least amount of errors in this game is going to win this ball game today. You got to, like you said, get your ground outs, make your plays, especially with a win like today. It's going to be crucial.
Wonderful to see Lexi Mudloff back in the lineup, a fifth-year senior now for Hastings College, coming out of the Grand Island Central Catholic camp. And now in her fifth season as a starter here for Hastings College, and puts a good swing into this one, but it's well foul into the playground area, as that'll bring the count to 1-1. Kaylee Pino is waiting in the on-deck circle. Pino with 302 average, and then we get Lauren Lee. After Pino, we'll go around the diamond and meet the York Panthers here after this, and ouch! Coach Baker taking one right to the wrists. Could not get out of the way there in the third base coaching box, and he is now fully into the game. That'll wake you up.
Coach Williams down here as well. He was laughing even.
It's got to put your body in front of it, Coach. 1-2 here to Lexi. As Harwell looks in, gets the sign from Dannenfelser. That one high and misses the glove of Dannenfelser, and that'll be an easy third base back now for Cap as she moves over without a throw. Oshowski in left, Ruckman in center, Rand in right for the Panthers. On the corners, it's Larson at the hot corner, right at the first base bag. Huddle and Nelson up the middle. Hartwell and Dannenfelser, your battery mates, as pitcher and catcher. A slow dribbler out to the pitcher. Hartwell turns and fires, and there's a collision as Mudloff runs into the first baseman. First baseman stunt the glove out to try to make the play. Mudloff runs right through it. Up to the feet here, and now we'll see as the home plate umpire gets together with the infield umpire, and we'll see what the call is here. That throw was wild and pulled the first baseman off the bag, and unfortunately pulled her right into Lexi, and we'll see if Lexi's going to get an additional base here because of the interference. Coaches are coming in. This is the moment, Marcus, where I wish we had mic'd up action.
Yes. Mic'd up action, and don't have to put a rating on it, but unfortunately we can't, and all we can do is read lips, and Coach Baker haven't actually laughing about it, but we'll see how it goes. I think we're going to leave it as it stands. I think she's going to be safe over there at first. So good to keep the inning going for HC, and that's going to bring Peno to the plate.
Kaylee Peno, 302 batting average with runners at the corners here. After Lexi Mudloff beats out a play. Not put up on the scoreboard yet. And we'll wait to get the scorer's decision on the Mudloff hit. Mudloff's going to be off on the play. And takes second easy. Second baseman Nelson comes in to cut four. And ends up being no decision. So it's two runners in scoring position. Cap at third, Mudloff at second. Kaylee Pino with a big opportunity to put two on the board here for the Broncos to answer York after the first. Chopper going to roll foul.
Yeah, Kaylee, so far in the season, she has 13 hits on the season, scoring 5 runs. She has 4 doubles, 8 RBIs with 1 home run, and she only struck out 6 times, and she has 5 walks thus far on the season.
0-2, 1 out, 2-1 here for the Broncos in the bottom of the first as they try to answer right back here against York, who took the 1-0 lead after the top half of the first. This is inside. That'll be a ball. And it'll be 1-2. Here to Pino. Lauren Lee waiting in the on-deck circle. She was the cleanup hitter last year for the Broncos. Moves down to 6-hole here for the 2026 campaign. The 1-2. Popped up into the air. Second baseman trying to track it and can't. It's going to be a fair ball rolling out into foul territory. And nice heads-up base running from Kaylee Peno as she was able to take second. Not stopping and realized off the bat that was going to be trouble for the second baseman, Nelson. That'll drop in there, wind aided, and it's going to be a run scored for the Broncos as Cap comes in to score. And an RBI double for Kaylee Peno.
Yep, going to get an RBI double there for Kaylee, and perfect timing for it. First pitch way is going to be well foul.
Ripped foul. So first hit on the board here for the Broncos. I'm assuming we're going to say that Lexi reached via an error that pulled the first baseman off the bag. And so now 2 aboard with 1 down as the Broncos try to add on some more. Lauren Lee at the plate. 302 batting average on the campaign. Ana Medeiros awaiting in the on-deck circle. It's an 0-2 here to Lee.
Lee, a pretty big contributor last year, especially in that top 5 of the lineup here for HC, coming up with some clutch hits and times when they needed it the most.
Clutch opportunity here with 2 runners in scoring position. And a talented hitter at the plate here for Hastings College. Again, Medeiros awaiting in the on-deck circle, Sam Skinner in the hole. Mudloff third. Pino at second. Just 1 down here in the first. It's a line drive right over the shortstop's head. It's going to get into the gap. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And sliding into second base safely, it's going to be Lauren Lee. Back-to-back doubles as Lee replaces Peno, and the Broncos have a 3-1 lead.
What a hit there by Lauren Lee. Just gapped it right between the left and center fielder, right over the shortstop's head. That ball looked like it was going to die right there at the shortstop. That baby just kept going. Big 2-run double there for Lauren Lee. Put the Broncos up 3-1.
Alex Harwell in trouble early here for the York University Panthers. 2 hits, 3 runs scored, and errors will come back to bite you. Broncos make him pay for 1 here in the first. Ana Medeiros now at the plate. 175 average and a runner in scoring position at second base. That's Lauren Lee after the 2 RBI double. Here's the 0-1 to Pino. Checks, doesn't go. 1-1. Broncos answer and then some here in the bottom half of the first inning, and you got to like what you've seen here with the Bronco O early on. Medeiros, ground ball, shortstop side, fielded and fired over in time. That's Hadel to right. 6-3 put out. Lauren Lee advancing on the plate, a third. As Skinner now steps up to the plate. Skinner is the hopeful starting third baseman last season. Injury took her out for a good chunk of the season. Came back, and I think more so what I was impressed with, other than the bat, Marcus, was her defensive ability over there at the hot corner. She is certainly a defensive specialist here for Coach Baker and the Hastings College Broncos, but let's see what she can do with the sticks with a 2 outs and a runner at third. Pitch in there for a strike right at the knees. Beauty there from Harwell. And that'll even things up here at 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Here on the bottom of the first, Broncos leading 3-2. Double from Pino, a double from Lee. Have accounted for the 3 RBIs, and Harwell loses the handle. Lee takes a few steps towards home plate, but that ball rolls right back off the fencing into the hands of Dannenfelser, and so no advance on the play.
That's twice now that she's let that baby go, and it's went right over her catcher's head. And so let's see if that trend will continue.
2-1. That's inside. Now, if you're Skinner, I think you make her throw you one here with a 3-1 count. Got to come into the zone. The Broncos looking for a big clutch hit to try to break open a 3-run lead as Skinner pulls this down the third baseline, and a great grab. Tip of the cap to Larson. Taylor Larson at the third base bag makes a diving stop And a heartbreaking way to end the first here for HC, but they do some damage. A double by Pino, a double by Lee, and the Broncos re-grab the lead. They lead at 3-1 here over the York University Panthers here in game 1 of 2, top of the second. It's coming up next. You're listening to Bronco Softball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you, Hastings College Softball here on the Extreme Sports Network. And as we come back, first pitch swinging here from the leadoff hitter, Bethany Wright, and she goes right back to the pitcher. A quick 1-3 put out, and just like that, one down. Hastings College Softball this afternoon, brought to you in part by 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the Better Bank, also by Highland Insurance Partners, looking out for you, as well as Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious. Caitlin Dannenfelser coming in to bat with one down after the first pitch swinging ambush tactics here from York University in the top half of the second. A 3-1 Bronco lead after surrendering the first run of the ballgame in the top half of the first. The Broncos put 3 together in the bottom half, and now settling back in, Jaslyn Moreno, again, the young freshman. We were anticipating maybe KB, Kara Brock, would get a start in the circle today. Stomach flu has taken her out for the afternoon. So putting the pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak, in a sharp line drive to shortstop and fielded beautifully by Graf. A liner straight to short from Dannenfelser. And Graf barely had to move, just turned the glove, sucked it right up. As Caitlin Ruckman will now come into the right-handed batter's box. As Moreno tries to go for a 1-2-3. First pitch swinging right field side and caps there. You betcha. Fly out to right, and it's 3 quick outs as York goes 1-2-3. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on board. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's HC3, York 1. Bronco Softball this afternoon on Extreme Sports.
Did someone say ice cream? It's time to chill out this summer and make your favorite Dairylicious dream come true. Whether you are craving ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, tangy dips, or all of the above, Highland is bringing the savings to satisfy those cravings guilt-free. Visit highlanddairy.com/savings to scoop up coupons, try new recipes, and spin for a chance to win fun prizes. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Back with you here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, bottom of the second. Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you. Hastings College in York here this afternoon on the Extreme Sports Network. It'll be Graf, Hoos, and Kapler here to start things off for the Hastings College Broncos. 8, 9, and 1 due up. The opening day of what's going to be a very busy 3 days here on the Extreme Sports Network. Softball this afternoon. And then we are splitting the network up, channels 1 and 2 for tomorrow. Marcus, you and I will be over at Duncan Field for Briar Cliff at Hastings College as We get a look at the Hastings College Conference home opener from Duncan Field as they take on the Chargers. First pitch set for 2 p.m., pregame show at 1:45. Oh, by the way, there's the Women's National Tournament that's also going on over in Wichita as Hastings College gets it to take on Friends. That will also be a 1:45, 2 p.m. tip-off. So Mike will be on Extreme Sports 1. We'll be on Channel 2 as we bring you national tournament action as well as the conference home opener for the Hastings College Broncos as Graff hits a stroll roller second base side. It's a 4-3 putout as Gracie is retired here to start off the second. Reagan Hughes now stepping up to the plate, 133 batting average. And oh, by the way, we're not done. You'll be back in action back at Duncan Field coming up on Saturday for the conclusion of that 4-game series with the Briarcliff Chargers. So plenty of Bronco sports for you over the course of the next 3 days. Stay locked in. Keep up to date on all these socials for our broadcast schedule as Reagan Hughes now stepping up to the plate here taking on Alex Harwell.
Yeah, that baseball game that we're having for tomorrow, Tyson, it was supposed to be originally Sunday, but due to weather and Mother Nature coming in, it's going to be really cold on Sunday, we moved this baby to Friday. So that's why this game, there's a series with Briarcliff, is going to be a Friday-Saturday series.
And normally, to start off the season, we see a lot of the baseball and softball teams head to the south, whether it's Arizona, Florida, warmer climates, just trying to get some games in the non-conference. Well, heck, you could have played some of the non-conference up here in Hastings with as mild of winter as we've had. But albeit excited to be back in H-Town and get a look here at what's going to be a very quick-moving 2 months here to put the finishing touches on the spring campaign. It's going to be a 6-3 put-out. Reagan Hughes is retired as that'll bring up Caitlin Kapler back to the plate. She walked and came around to score back in the bottom half of the first inning for HC.
Yeah, just to go back on the baseball reference really quick. I mean, you guys had Coach Rojas on yesterday morning on Huddle Up, and how can you not be excited for this baseball team?
They have off to a great start so far for HC, and even some power in that lineup. A couple home runs hit out at Duncan, a couple no-doubters, and bringing in 23 athletes, 23 baseball players here for the season. Excited to put eyeballs on the Bronco baseball team tomorrow from Duncan, but first plenty of business here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex this afternoon as Hastings College puts the finishing touches on their non-conference schedule. They were slated to head to Tabor this weekend, but those games, as you mentioned, the weather coming up on Sunday, have been scrapped. So this is essentially the last non-conference opportunity before we begin GPAC play coming up next week for HC. A 3-0 count here to Kapler. She has been very patient up here at the plate so far this afternoon. Takes a look at a 3-0, and it's a swing and miss, and that'll bring it up 3-1, 2-2, excuse me.
Yep, Kapler reached base via walk in her first at bat, and so let's see if Kapler can put a bat to ball here and put one in play and get herself a first base hit on the afternoon.
And top of the lineup, very productive in that bottom half of the first for the Broncos, as this one misses on the outside. That'll bring the count full here to 3-2 with Sophia Carroll awaiting in the on-deck circle. Again, Alex Harwell surrendering 3 runs on 3 hits back in the first. And so that will change our scorebook a little bit. We're going to give Lexi Mudloff the infield single as they have officially put up 3 hits here for the Broncos on the scoreboard. And that'll bring up Sophia Carroll now to the plate. Kapler walking in back-to-back plate appearances, yet to officially register an at-bat, but has already came across to score. Sophia Carroll with the sacrifice bunt. Bunt won't be on here for the Broncos with 2 down. See if Sophia can put one in play and keep the inning alive here for HC. They have the 3-1 advantage with Cap aboard at first. Big for the confidence of Hastings College, I thought, maybe in that top half of the second. A rather quick top half of the second. I'm glad we didn't play a 60-second commercial break, Marcus. We might not have got it in. Yeah. They worked very quickly and retired York in order. And I think just big for the confidence of a young freshman pitcher in there.
Oh, absolutely. We had a stolen base there as Kapler was able to steal second. Yeah, it was only 3 pitches. 3 pitches, you get 3 outs. You take that as a pitcher all day long and twice on a Thursday.
When we will play twice on a Thursday here this afternoon. This game, first of 2, scheduled from a albeit beautiful but blustery day here in the Hastings community. Whether you're watching on the GPAC Sports Network, got us locked in on Extreme Sports and all the streaming devices, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, you name it. We try to be everywhere. As the 3-1 comes in for Sophia, and she takes a look at ball 4. No! Painted the corner, Picasso-like. 3-2. Been nibbling at that inside corner, and I think that's the first time she's gotten the call there.
Yep.
Kapler at second. Here's the 3-2. The payoff pitch goes down the line, and it's going to push just foul.
Coach Baker did a good job that time getting out of the way.
He's backed up a little further from the bag towards the dugout after he got hit by a Lexi Mudloff foul ball earlier. Kind of got him right into action.
And that was a screamer, too.
Pete Theo Harris, the first base coach here for the Broncos. Of course, he made big news in the offseason as he's going to be coaching at Northwest come the fall, as it's a shot out to left field, and Sophia Carroll is going to replace Caitlin Kapler. Kapler sliding in safely. Heads up base running by Sophia as she's able to grab the second base bag. So an RBI single taking second base. That'll score Kapler. Kapler gets her second run of the game, and it's a 4-1 start here for HC.
Just how you wanted to start up. Coach Baker said we're not going to get many home runs today. We're going to get some line drives and get some balls put in play, and HC has done that so far in 9 through 2 innings of play.
Hitting practice paying off for the Broncos. That is 4 runs on 4 hits here for HC. Mudloff now stepping up to the plate. Did the infield single and the run scored back in inning number 1.
Busy time around this state. Last week we had girls' state basketball tournament. This week is the boys' state. I've been kind of keeping an eye on the Class C1 field this year really quick. That's a loaded boys' field this year.
I thought C1 might have been the cream of the crop in terms of popcorn and watchability. In terms of just pure cinema, C1 was absolutely loaded. We'll get to some scores from the state basketball tournament after this frame, shall we?
Yeah.
1-0 here to Mudloff as Harold steps in and fires, and Mudloff smokes a line drive. This is going to go towards the playground area. And that'll be 1-1 here to Lexi. Broncos again coming in with a record of 7-8. York 6-14. A lot of familiar opponents that York has played across the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The 3 GPAC wins all came against one school, and that was Waldorf. Here's the 2-1. Popped up to the right side. I think they've had Doane, Dort, Northwestern on the schedule, and those 3 schools always seem to be towards the cream of the crop when it comes to GPAC softball. It was a extremely competitive field a year ago, and we are anticipating much of the same in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Just a lot of talent in terms of NAI softball as Mudloff chops this one foul. Count runs to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at second base with number 2 at the plate. Here in the second. Mudloff trying to extend the inning. Patient at bat as she watches that one on the outside, and that'll bring the count full to 3-2. Pino waiting in the on-deck circle. She had the RBI double and a run back in the first. Broncos really confident here in the heart of the order, and we'll see here if they can keep this rolling with 2 outs. There's some good hands at the third base coaching bag from Coach Baker. Gets in front of that, squares that one up better that time. No E on the third base coaching box. That's always nice for the box score. Hey,
better check his hands for
showing it off a little bit to the dugout too. I love it.
Better check his hands for sticky substance.
Here's the 3-2. Lexi, line drive, straight at center field. That's going to drop in. Baker with the stop sign at the third base coaching bag as Kapler comes around to third. Check that. Carroll at third. And now Mudloff at first.
Yeah, but that's going to bring up Peno to the plate.
Mudloff 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Kaylee Peno with the RBI double. Broncos putting runners at the corners, all coming with 2 outs here. And we'll see if we can't tack on a run. Here's the ball getting away from the catcher, and that'll score Carroll easily. They roll the ball in. That's going to get past the catcher, and that'll get Mudloff over to third. She's going to take a big turn, look towards home. And after the throwing error from the catcher, Carroll's going to come around to score. And just didn't get a lot of oomph on that softball. Just sort of rolled it in at the pitcher, and it rolled away from her. Yeah. And after the defensive miscue, the Broncos now put a runner at third and will score on the passed ball.
Yeah, we're going to mark that down as a wild pitch and an error.
Yeah.
Mess up our scorecard a little bit.
Here's the pitch. Line drive right down the third base line. Beauty there from Peno. It's an RBI single. She takes a big turn at first. She's going to try for 2. Sliding in safely. It's a double for Peno. 2 doubles on the day for Kaylee Peno. Another RBI. And Mudloff will come around to score.
Now batting, number 25, Lauren Lee.
All of this coming with 2 outs, and it was the 2-out walk that did it. Then it was a single. Another single from Mudloff and Kaylee Peno, as we're going to have a visit here from the coaching staff. Actually, it's just an infield visit, and this looks like it's a straight
pitching change.
Straight pitching change here. And we will come back to you, let you know all about it right after this. Pitching change in the circle for York. Hastings College having a fun day offensively so far. They lead it 6-1 in the second over the York Panthers. We're back after the break.
If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, Tyson Veronic, Marcus Metcalf with you. New pitcher here for the York Panthers. It'll be Ashley Falk, a sophomore from Oregon. Going to try to mop up the mess from Alex Harwell, who gave up 6 runs on 6 hits to the Broncos in just an inning and 2/3 of work. Broncos were all over starter Alex Harwell today, as Lauren Lee now steps up to the plate with a runner on. And again, the bulk of the Bronco damage here in the second has all come with two outs. The 2-out rally starting with the Caton Kapler walk. And the meat of the order has essentially done the rest of the damage here. Single, and a double. Back-to-back base hits. And the Broncos have cashed in, even some taking advantage of some defensive miscues here as Lee takes a look at one low for a ball. That'll bring the count to 1-1. Check that. That's in there for, no, I thought so. 1-2 is the count.
No, but that's what you got to do. You got to make the team pay as we're going to have a swinging shot over there. Larson over at third, over the first in time for the out to right. First, that's going to be a final out for Broncos here in the second inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error. I count 1 error. And only 1 runner left on base. We are through 2. Hastings 6, York 1, as you're listening to exclusive coverage of Broncos softball. Here.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
Bill Smith Softball Complex, the site, 6-1 lead. Hastings College over York University here this afternoon. Hastings College Softball brought to you in part by Mammoth Sports Construction. Do something big. Also brought to you by Mary Lanning Healthcare, your care, our inspiration, and by Pepsi, delicious and refreshing. Here for the York University Panthers, it'll be 8-9-1 due up here in the top half of the third. Jaslyn Moreno coming back to the circle after a 3-pitch inning in inning number 2. This time she'll have to work a little harder as it's a first pitch swinging strike for Sydney Ryan. Sydney Ryan, the right fielder here this afternoon. Hoshowski will round out the 9 here for York as it's going to be a one-hopper straight to Moreno. Moreno turns and fires to Lee in time and a 1-3 putout. And that is now 5 straight retired here for York as Hoshowski will step up to the plate.
Yeah, that's 4 outs consecutively on 4 pitches. Now it's going to be 5 fires, the ground ball over here. Mudloff to second, over to Lauren Lee at first in time. 5 outs, 5 pitches.
Hoshowski grounds out to Mudloff. 6 pitches. It was a first pitch strike.
Yep. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Shannon Nelson will step up to the plate.
Still a great day at the on the mound.
Yeah, we don't want to have something that probably hasn't been done before, and that's 6 outs on 6 pitches. That would be historic, I think, on any account, as it's a swinging strike here for Shannon Nelson. Nelson, she reached on an infield single. That's the lone hit up for the York Panthers. Came around to score back in the top half of the first, and that has essentially been the offense for York University here this afternoon in game number 1. As it has been Jaslyn Moreno who is just locked in the circle since. Infield way in here on Shannon Nelson. And this pitch misses upstairs for a ball. That'll bring the count to 2-1. Here to the leadoff hitter for York University.
Yeah, Nelson's the only Panther to have reached base thus far on the afternoon for York.
Swing and miss on a pitch on the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top half of the third. 6-1. Again, it's been all HC so far here this afternoon. Got the lone error that's been put up on the scoreboard from York. It was a wild pitch and pass ball, and then an error for York University that added on to that big second inning. All the Bronco runs in inning number 2 coming with 2 outs, as it's a 2-2 here to Shannon Nelson, the second baseman. As Jaslyn Moreno looks in, gets the sign and fires, and that's chopped foul. Back-to-back foul balls out to the playground area.
As that ball actually gets stuck on top of the netting down there above the play area, and one player is already going to retrieve a foul ball from the previous pitch before.
The 2-2 inside. That'll bring it full. Brooklyn Hadel waiting in the on-deck circle. She in the sacrifice bunt as York tried to play a little small ball to start things off. Was successful. Got the 1-0 lead, but then the Bronco offense battled right back, grabbed it, and has put York really in their rearview sense. Shannon Nelson's going to reach on the walk. The first walk issued this afternoon from Jaslyn Moreno. Now Brooklyn Hadel stepping up to the plate. Again, a .317 hitter here for the Panthers. That is a full-time task here for the home plate umpire this afternoon. Dusting off home plate. No sooner than he walks back into the crouch, the wind blows and blows more dirt on it. So He'll be getting in quite a workout with the brush today. Here's a chopper, third base side. Skinner fields it, fires over to first in time. 5-3 put out. First pitch swinging for Hadel, and the Broncos have retired York here in the third. Nelson reaches on a walk, but it doesn't come back to bite the Broncos. They still lead it big as we get set for the bottom of the third. It's Hastings College 6, Panthers 1. You're listening to Broncos softball here on Extreme Sports.
At High Street Insurance and Financial Services, we are agents of change. We believe life is full of new opportunities, and we guide you forward with strength and confidence so together we can build stronger, more resilient communities, illuminating the path ahead, where opportunities are always within reach. We do it for all our futures. High Street Insurance and Financial Services, located at 3606 Cimarron Plaza, Suite 280 in Hastings.
Tyson Vronick and Marcus Metcalf back with you here from the Bill Smith Softball Complex as we get set for the bottom of the third inning. Where'd the sun go all of a sudden? As the clouds kind of shuffle in here and create kind of an overcast outlook here for the bottom half of the third inning. 6-1, really been all HC since the bottom half of the first inning as Hastings College was able to go retake the lead. And here's a hard line drive down the left field side, and that ball's going to get out of here. Home run from Ana Medeiros. First pitch swinging ambush tactics here in the bottom of the third. She goes deep down the left field side, and the Broncos add another. It's 7-1.
Boy, what a shot into that wind for Ana Medeiros as she was able to put that baby on a line. And that thing cleared the fence about maybe a couple feet, and that was about it.
It's been all lasers so far here from the Broncos, too. You take a look at their hitting tactics. What have you noticed? The difference between the two offenses, it's the Broncos really keeping that barrel low, coming through, keeping the ball kind of underneath the wind, and the offensive success is evident based on the numbers we've seen on the scoreboard.
Yeah, in today's world with launch angle and all that stuff, their launch angle, I'm going to say, in today's world, is perfect because they're keeping that ball low, and that ball is carrying through the wind.
Sam Skinner now stepping up to the plate after the Ana Medeiros leadoff home run here in the bottom of the third, 7-1. Your eyes do not deceive you on the scoreboard. The Broncos have found some offense here at home. Coach Baker said that was one of the head-scratching things from the non-conference portion of the season. On the road, it says the bats were just inconsistent, but they have been consistently good here against this York pitching staff today. As Skinner rolls one to the pitcher, and that's going to be fielded by Falk, firing over to first in time. Falk to right, it's a 1-3, as Skinner is retired for the second time this afternoon. Gracie Graff stepping up to the plate with one down. Gracie Graff grounded out to second base in her first AB. As she steps and gets ready to roll. Gracie takes a look at a pitch, then it's going to miss low and maybe a skosh outside as well. Marcus, you've been keeping tabs. You mentioned the state basketball tournament going on over in the capital city. Any surprises, interesting notes to pass along?
Other than the Class C1 is as loaded as can be. And we just had a great one here, just here at the 3 o'clock game. Auburn just defeated Gothenburg. The 3 seed up beats the 6, 41-40 in overtime. So now they got to face the defending C1 state champion, Ashland Greenwood, as the next pitch up high for a ball. And then on the other half of the bracket, number 1 seed Ogallala will have to face Douglas County West, who beat Grand Island Central Catholic this morning, 49-41. So C1's a loaded field. I'll get to Class D2 that I want to talk about here in a moment.
Gracie taking a look at a pitch that's going to catch the outside corner and there for a strike. That'll bring the count to 2-1 here for Graff. Reagan Who's awaiting in the on-deck circle. I don't believe it's 3-0. I think it's 2-1.
Yep.
Is correct. There's a shot first base side. Look what I found. Nice play over there at the first base bag from Bethany Wright as she just sticks up the glove and finds the softball. Go ahead with Class C1.
In D2, actually, I'll go to D2. It's an all Catholic school semifinals as the number 1 seed Elgin Public Pope John and Guardian Angels Central Catholic out of West Point as the first pitch is outside for a ball. That's going to be a great one in Class D2. And then on the bottom half of the bracket, Archangels Catholic. If you're not familiar with that name, that used to be Humphrey St. Francis. They changed their name to Archangels Catholic. They'll face the number 3 seed St. Mary's out of O'Neill. So a great bracket there in Class D2 as well, and I'll provide more as the afternoon progresses.
There you go. Marcus Metcalf keeping a close eye on what's happening at the capital city with the NSAA State Basketball Tournament. Yeah, Guardian Angels, Central Catholic, and now Archangels Catholic, and I'm too old to keep all that straight. Here's the 2-0. Wind gusts are picking up again here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex as you just see it on the umpire's jacket here.
I mean, you can look at Coach Baker's wind pants down there. You can see him just
flapping in the wind. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, foul. Here for Who's trying to start another 2-out rally. That was the Broncos' MO back in inning number 2, scoring 3 runs on 2 outs. And again, what started off as a sunny afternoon has become increasingly overcast as Who's puts a charge into this one, but it's well foul into the playground area. And it's going to be stuck on the top, too.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down.
Every time you say who's, all I can think of is where's an owl. That's all I can hear. That's all it reminds me of.
It would only be better if Who's was on first.
Yes.
Because then I could actually say who's on first.
Yes.
3-2. 2 down. I crack myself up sometimes. Here's the pitch. Who's fly ball. Heading towards the first baseman, rolling into foul territory. Wright stays with it. That wasn't easy, but she makes the out, and the Broncos have been retired here in the 3rd. But a leadoff home run from Anna Maderos, keeping the score and rolling right along for HC. They now take a 7-1 lead into the 4th. Marcus Metcalf will have your 4th inning action when we come back. It's the Broncos and the Panthers on Extreme Sports.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back here at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf with you. Hastings College with a 7-1 lead as we get set to start things off here in the top half of the 4th. HC Softball brought to you by Runza, homemade fresh, and by the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Marcus Metcalf, take us away.
Thank you, Tyson. 3-4-5 due up here for York here in the top half of the 4th. It's going to be Taylor Larson due up here for York as first pitch coming in from Marino's in there for strike 0-1. Larson grounded out to short in her first at bat in the 1st inning. As Marino has been nothing but phenomenal thus far in the circle here for the Broncos, a freshman doing a tremendous job. Next pitch, a little bit high, 1-1. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The clouds just rolled in, and it's just turned into a kind of a cloudy afternoon thus far, but not a cloudy day for the Hastings College Broncos right now as they lead York 7-1. Next pitch in there is going to be in the dirt, low, 2-1. No, Tyson, like you mentioned, like Coach Baker in the pregame show, hits are going to be coming a premium today, and they've done so well keeping that ball low and putting it on a line and putting the ball in play.
Well, that's what we always say, right? Put the ball in play, good things are going to happen. We learned that in T-ball. And that holds true all the way up into the professional level. It's amazing some of the advice that you get early on that still holds true well into your collegiate and professional careers. So put the ball in play, good things will happen. A wise man once told me that. I just had trouble putting the ball in play.
Next pitch goes foul. Next pitch now all the way from Marino is going to ground ball over there to Mudloff. Easy throw for 3, put out, 1 away. That's going to bring up Taylor Jones here for York. She grounded out or flew out to Mudloff here in the 1st inning. So Only, like I said, only Shannon Nelson's really the only one that reached base twice for the, not the Dukes, I'm not going to say Dukes, the Panthers here in this contest.
Doesn't help that they have the same colors
Yes.
as York High School, by the way.
First pitch to Marino is going to be a ground ball over there, going to be picked up by Graff. Her throw's going to be in time. Nice throw there from Gracie Graff over there to Lauren Lee, 6-3. That's a quick 2 outs here for HC, and that's going to bring up Bethany Wright as she grounded out to Moreno here in the second inning. I was going to say earlier, as many foul balls as there has been, we're not at Duncan Field, and we can't get our 50 cents every time we go get a foul ball, Tyson.
Well, that's why you haven't seen me run off from the press box yet.
First pitch is going to be foul. It's going to be in the HC bullpen.
Especially if Mike's going to be giving away $10K of my salary.
Yeah.
A bracket challenge.
Yeah, well, when we get a chance here at the next break, I want you to talk about that. You guys mentioned that this morning on Huddle Up. But, yeah, we're a second annual Extreme Sports Bracket Challenge. Great prizes we gave away last year, and then we got some more given away this year. It's going to be great, and I'll let Tyson explain that next time he's up as the next pitch. It's going to be on the outside corner in there for a strike. It's going to be 0-2.
I was not consulted before they decided to give away some of my salary.
Say, was that in our contract? Just kidding. 0-2. Next pitch on the way is going to be outside.
If somebody doesn't win, though, I'm banging at the door for a bonus.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you got $10K stashed away. Me and Marcus said we'll split it.
We'll split it. Yeah, we'll split it, and then we'll go up and we'll go somewhere else and spend our money somewhere else. Our next pitch is going to be a ground ball over there to Graff. Easy play, 6-3. Put out, that's going to be it. 1-2-3 inning for York. 7-1. Hastings with the lead as you're listening to exclusive coverage of Bronco softball here on Extreme Sports.
What is Mammoth? Excellent question. Mammoth is everything you need it to be. On paper, Mammoth is a modern master build firm dedicated to building the places where passion and community collide. We consult, create, and construct projects of every size. We are makers, movers, machine operators, artists, innovators, competitors, and builders. And there's nothing we can't do together.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Back out at the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Marcus Metcalf, Tyson of Veronic with you. Hastings College softball here on the airwaves this afternoon. We get to play two, as the great Ernie Banks would say. We'll play two here, as that's going to bring up the top of the order. That's going to be Kaiten Kapler to lead off the bottom of the fourth here for the Broncos, as she's reached base both times via a walk. So let's see if she can be able to get a hit on the board here. First pitch is going to be just foul as it just misses the first base line chalk, and that rolls to the fence. It's going to bring up the count to 0-1. Yeah, Kaiten Kapler has come up big, though. She has scored, though, twice in this ball game. So 2 of the 7 runs have come from Kaiten Kapler. She's had some clutch base hits behind her and compounded errors there for York as Kaiten Kapler is able to use her speed to reach home. Next pitch is going to be high fly ball in the right. It's going to reach out of play. That's going to be foul ball. It's going to be 0-2 now on Kaiten Kapler. That wind is really playing havoc, as that seems like that wind is just going to be consistent all day long. Consistent winds at 25 to 30 with gusts up over 40 miles an hour today. I would not want to be in the Nebraska Panhandle, Tyson, because I heard the winds are gusting up to over 75 mile an hour out there.
Nope. No Western road trips for me. Is Cap fouls one back by us. Cap's just jumping at the bit to swing the sticks. She, again, her first 2 at-bats were walks, has came around to score twice as well here for the Broncos. So she just wants to put the ball in play and register a batting average here this afternoon in her third at-bat as she rolls this one Baker side, and that's going to be foul ball number 4. A nice at-bat brewing as Kapler is battling off the stuff she doesn't like and waiting for hers from Ashley Falk. Again, Falk coming up in mop-up duty for Alex Harwell, who was chased out after just an inning and 2/3 of work here for the Panthers, and here comes the 0-2.
0-2 on the way here from Falk. He fouled again away from Kapler. No, Kapler's hitting 327 on the year, so she's had a pretty good start here for the first about 14 games of the season or 15 games of the season. And so she's putting bat the ball. It's just she wants, like you said, she wants to register at least an at bat here in this first contest between Hastings and York, as the Broncos have a pretty comfortable lead, leading 7-1 here, and we're only in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch on the way, coming to Kaiten Kapler. That ball's going to be chopped towards the right field side. That's going to reach the fence. Another foul ball. That's foul ball number 6 on Kaiten Kapler.
Sounding a little bit like a broken record here, like my first rendition of the Beatles' Abbey Road.
Good album.
That got wore out over time. Here comes the 0-2.
Do you have that record on set?
I had to get a new one.
Okay. Next pitch, strike 3, swinging for Kaiten Kapler. That's going to be the first strikeout of the ball game, actually, for
either team.
So, yeah, first strikeout, and that's going to go to Ashley Falk, and she's going to strike out Kapler, and that's going to bring up Sophia Carroll to the plate, as she is 1 for 2 in the ballgame with a single and a run scored. First pitch on the way. Here to Sophia Carroll. The center fielder, it's going to be low, ball 1. You can just see the dirt every time that wind just gusts, and it's just blowing right into the face of the batter, Tyson.
Yeah, can create certainly some uncomfortable moments in the batter's box. You got so many things that you're trying to focus on from the hitting perspective, how far you're in the box, where your pitch is going to be coming in, what the delivery is going to look like, and then you get a mound of dirt that goes up into your eyeballs and can really make things treacherous.
Fly ball over the right field. That's going to be caught there by Ran over there in right field. That's going to be another put out here for York, as that's going to be 2 away now for York. That's going to bring up Lexi Mudloff.
Speaking of treacherous, I think one of the most entertaining, whether it's state softball or Hastings College softball, just watching softball out here at Bill Smith Softball Complex, is watching the outfielders just try to get a read. And some of the paths that they take towards a softball can be very entertaining, to say the least. Here's the 0-2. Or, excuse me, the 2 out. First pitch to Mudloff.
And that ball is going to be in there, a changeup for a strike. 0-1 here to Lexi Mudloff, as she is 2 for 2 in the afternoon, as she has 2 singles, and she also has scored twice. Next pitch offering is going to be well inside for a ball from Ashley Falk, 1-1. Yeah, like I said, some of these angles, especially when you're trying to play the wind, it's first step's always back in the outfield, but almost today you almost seem like your first step has to be in as the way as this wind is blowing. 1-1 count, 2 out. No one across play. It's going to be a line drive. It's going to be well foul into the playpen area down there on the left field line. It's going to be 1-2 as we got to get some more softballs into play, as pretty much all of them have pretty much traveled down Highway 281, go towards Grand Island. Next pitch on the way here to Lexi Mudloff. On the way. It's going to be fouled back towards us.
Call it.
As nobody called that one, as that ball goes off to our right. It's going to still be counted as going to be 1-2 for Lexi Mudloff.
I can never get a chance to make good plays here at Bill Smith Softball Complex with the closed windows.
And I wish we were down on the second deck. That's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be back towards us. And it's going to be back into the stands. Yeah, I know. We're up here in the, I don't know what they're going to call it the cage up here. It's
the cage.
They're blocked up here.
We're stuck here in this cage.
We're stuck. We're not on the second deck that most of us would spend here on a rec night in the summertime, but I'm on the second deck having a good time.
Can you imagine being out there in the wind today, though?
Not today, but no. But that would be a good time to catch foul ball. Next pitch on the way to Mudloff's going to be well outside for a ball.
Wouldn't be able to hear our broadcast.
No.
All you hear is
wind.
2-2.
All you hear is a wind tunnel. Yep, 2-2 now here to Lexi Mudloff. Pitch on the way from Falk. It's going to be in the dirt, pass ball, but nobody on base. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Mudloff with 2 outs. 7-1, Hastings with the lead. 7 runs so far in this first ball game for the Broncos. 7 runs and 7 hits. Each team has committed 1 error.
Got to get Pino up somehow here to try to get a little 2-out spark. She's got 2 doubles on the day with a handful of RBIs.
That ball's going to be line drive to left field. That's going to go foul. As left fielder there, Wachowski and Brooklyn Hadel, the shortstop, was going after it and nowhere to go, as we're going to get some more Well, some of these players,
Bronco dugout's getting more of a workout than the defense is at this point.
Next pitch, line drive to right. It's going to be right there. It's going to go off. The men have ran there over in right field. That's going to be I'm going to count that as an error on the play. That's going to be an E9.
Got to make that play.
Yep, E9 there. But nonetheless, Mudloff does reach base, but it's going to count as an error, though, towards the York right fielder, and that is going to bring up, like you mentioned, Kaylee Peno. Like you mentioned, she has 2 doubles on the night so far, including with a run scored. So big-time opportunity for Kaylee Peno, see if she can make it a perfect 3-for-3 for doubles and see if she can bring home Lexi Mudloff. First pitch on the way here to Kaylee is going to be inside for a ball, 1-0.
2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Not a bad day at the office here in game number 1 here against the York Panthers. As the Broncos put the finishing touches on their non-conference schedule. Here comes the pitch in from Falk and is going to miss. And bring the count to 2-0 here to Pino with Lauren Lee waiting in the on-deck circle.
Do you think Coach Williams down there is freezing at all?
No.
In the shorts?
No.
We're
the only 2 guys that would wear shorts on any given day. It could be 30 out, and we'd still be out.
Yeah, I remember the Sandy Creek days. I'll mention that here in a second. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Yeah, when we covered state football, last year, the year before, it was 30 degrees outside, and you're the only one who's wearing shorts out there. I'm like, you're crazy.
Need the airflow, man.
3-0 now on the way to Peno. That's going to be just inside. It's going to be a walk. Now you're going to have 2 runners on. Be a walk here for Peno.
They wanted nothing to do with Kaylee after the 2 doubles that she's put on so far here, and that'll bring Lauren Lee. Yeah, I actually spoke with him. He had to wear shorts down in Florida at one point. He said it was he said it was like 50 some odd degrees, or at least that's what it said. And he goes, it felt like it was 30, and he goes, you knew it because I was in track pants.
First pitch down to Lauren Lee. It's going to be down the left field line for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. That's going to be a single and an RBI for Lauren Lee, and the Broncos lead it now 8-1. Brings home Lexi Mudloff, scoring from second. Peno only goes to second, but nonetheless, that's going to be a single and an RBI for Lauren Lee. That's RBI number 3 for Lauren Lee, and that's going to bring up Ana Medeiros to the plate.
Bats are hot today for the Broncos. Medeiros, by the way, homering in her last at-bat. We'll see what she does here with 2 down. More impressively, Marcus, the 2-out hitting here from HC. My goodness, 3 runs in the second inning. They've just scratched another one here in the 4th. 4 runs coming on 2 outs here against this Panther defense. 4 runs coming on 4 hits with 2 outs here against this Panther defense. Very impressive, never quit attitude here from the HCO.
Yeah, that's just clutch offense right there, making it hurt when it counts, and clutch timing, clutch hitting. That's up. First ball is going to be well over the catcher's head. That's going to be a wild pitch. Both runners advance, so Peno is going to go to third now on the wild pitch. Lauren Lee is going to be over here at second. So now you have 2 more runners in scoring position, Tyson. Can Ana Medeiros make York pay again with another home run and make this maybe 11-1 as you're going to the top of the 5th, where York will need at least 3 runs to keep this baby going. Next pitch on the way is going to be swing and a miss from Ana Medeiros. That's going to be 2-2 now, the count to the catcher.
Take a single, grab that 8-run lead.
Yes.
Just what you asked for if you're Coach Baker and the Bronco offense here this afternoon in their final non-conference series before GPAC play gets underway. Pitch missing in the dirt. That'll bring the count full, 3-2. This, a crucial pitch in the at-bat if you're a York Panther fan.
Yeah, especially Ashley Falk, you need to keep this baby in play so you can get yourself out of it. As the next pitch on the way to Ana Medeiros, it's going to be foul, almost hits Coach Baker again. I think Coach Baker might have a target on him. I'm not sure. I don't know if Coach Theo Harris, Coach Williams put a target on him, but he seemed like that's about 3 or 4 times he's almost been hit. He's been hit once already.
Listen, he'll take that every time.
Yes.
If you get 8 hits in 8 runs in the first 3 2/3 inning.
Next pitch on the way to Ana Medeiros. Swing and a miss. Ana Medeiros goes down on a strikeout. The Broncos do plate 1 run on 1 hit. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. We are through 4. Hastings 8, York 1 as you're listening to Broncos Softball here on Extreme Sports.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
Broncos softball here this afternoon on Extreme Sports as we get set to go in the top half of the fifth. Hastings College and York this afternoon. And it's brought to you in part by Bob Sass Flowers, Family Medical Center, and by Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Again, a busy weekend ahead here for the Extreme Sports team, as we've got Bronco baseball on the airways for you tomorrow, a game that was moved ahead due to the inclement weather that is anticipated on Sunday. We've also got Bronco National Tournament basketball on Extreme Sports 1. All of that action, gets started around 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll have both pregame shows for you at 1:45, so we'll have baseball on Channel 2, and Mike will have your Bronco women action from Wichita on Extreme Sports Channel 1 as we have a chopper foul. 6, 7, 8 due up here for the York Panthers. Denfelser, Ruckman, and Ron.
I think we might going to have an argument here from the York softball coach here. He thought that ball was on the chalk line, and when Skinner touched it, he thought it was fair ball, but apparently not. It's going to be a foul ball. A 1-1 now, the count.
Seems pleased with the decision and the discussion. That was right on the line where Skinner was fielding that. Could have gone either way in my book, too. Here's the pitch to Dan Felser. Going to go high and outside as Moreno continues to work in the circle. She has pitched a gem, just allowing one base runner. Well, two base runners, an infield single and a walk. Other than that, it has been great pitching and defense as this ball is in that gap. And it's just going to hang up there in the jet stream, and coming up underneath it is going to be Who's. Boy, off the bat, that baby looked like it was going to be long gone out of here, but the ball just gets caught up and hangs up into the air. Who's is underneath it, and Dan Felser is retired. It'll be Ruckman up aboard.
Yeah, that thing we got up in the jet stream, and it just died. Like you said, Tyson, it looked good off that bat, and it's like the same angle as Ana Madero's home run, and that time the wind just kept the ball in.
Here's the pitch from Jaslyn Moreno here to Kaylin Ruckman. Ruckman flew out to right in her previous plate appearance. 8-1 on the scoreboard. Broncos striking for 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. That is offensive efficiency if I've ever seen it. Here is a high fly ball heading towards the bullpen area, and it's going to roll foul. An 0-2. Here the count to Kaylin Ruckman with Sydney Rand aboard at first. Now if the Broncos can hold the Panthers here in the top half of the fifth, they'll need one run to walk it off. Win by the 8-run rule margin. And all things considered, with the amount of pieces that had to be put together for this puzzle to work today, I think you'd have to be pretty happy with that if you're in the Bronco coaching dugout. Pitch inside. Misses for a ball. Waste pitch here with 2 strikes, trying to get Ruckman to chase. And that should even the count here. Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kaylin Ruckman. A 202 hitter on the campaign. Jaslyn gets the sign, fires, and it's fouled back. Good AB here from Ruckman. Again, softball today, baseball and basketball tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Marcus will continue the baseball on Saturday. as they conclude the 4-game home series with the Briarcliff Chargers. And don't forget, we've got plenty to get to tomorrow morning on Huddle Up 2. So, should be an interesting show. Mike in Wichita. I'm back at the Mission Control here in Hastings. We'll also have Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. He's going to be in Vegas. So,
talk some ponies.
Cast of thousands tomorrow from all areas, as that's a punch out from Jersey Moreno. Jaslyn, excuse me. Strikeout number 1 for Moreno on the afternoon, as Sidney Ron will now come up.
No, but it's going to be a busy time for us this time of year. You got guests coming in like crazy. You had Coach Stroman on yesterday, Coach Rojas. You have Jim Schleicher tomorrow.
Sports equinox, as we like to call it, the ending of the winter sports season, the beginning of the spring sports season, and when one roller coaster hasn't come to a complete stop yet, we have to expand our coverage, and that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. As the pitch from Moreno comes in on the inside, doesn't get the call.
Yep, Bronco basketball tomorrow. Going to be down there at the Garvey Center in Wichita.
I still want it to be the Gravy Center.
That'd be great.
Sounds more appetizing. Here's the pitch from Jaslyn. High and outside, 3-0 count here to Sidney Ron. As Moreno will try to settle back in, walks around the circle, picks up some dirt. Doesn't hurt.
Be like Louisville will be the KFC Yum Center. Ooh.
3-0. Right across the heart. Throws it in there for a strike. 3-1 on the get me by fastball.
Yep. Mention all the Bronco sports, and if Hastings is able to win that baby tomorrow, they'll play again Saturday. And then baseball will be over on Channel 2.
Chopped. I think that went off the plate. And that'll bring the count full here to 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming here to Sidney Ron, yeah. And a big opportunity, essentially, to be on Channel 2 twice for baseball. That's if Hastings College can find a way to knock off Friends Friday afternoon. Pitch misses high, and that's a base runner. The second walk issued here from Jaslyn Moreno. And that'll bring up Hoshowski. Don't ask me to correctly spell it. We put phonetic spelling here on our broadcast booth.
Yes.
Runner at first here for the Panthers, as they try to claw their way back into this matchup. That was intentional pun,
yes,
by the way. 1-0 count here as Jaslyn tries to find the zone again. Got to settle back down if you're Moreno. After issuing the free pass, here's a chopper right back to her. That'll work just as well. Underhanded flip to first base. Broncos are out of the fifth. Ron walks, but doesn't make him pay. 1-3, put out. Puts out the Flames here in the fifth. Broncos need one to win it in the bottom half. And we'll be right back here from the Bill Smith Softball Complex. 8-1, HC out on top here of York. More Broncos softball coming up right after this on Extreme Sports.
Spring is finally here and it's blooming at Bob Sass Flowers. Shop our spring items featuring fresh tulips, beautiful mixed bouquets, and vibrant spring arrangements. Plus, spring home decor, silk stems to style your own space, and spring scented candles to make your home feel brand new. Refresh your space, surprise someone special, and celebrate the season of spring. We will also be having our spring sale March 16th through the 21st. We will have store-wide savings. Stop by Bob Sass Flowers, located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings, where spring is in full bloom, serving Hastings and the surrounding areas since 1955.
Back with you here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Vronick, Marcus Metcalf, Skinner, Graff, and Hoos. 7-8-9. Here due up for the Hastings College Broncos. Again, just needing one run to grab the 8-run victory here in the fifth inning. Sam Skinner takes a look at the pitch from Ashley Folk, fouls it off. That'll bring the count to 0-2. 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 Bronco error, 2 costly York errors, and just the lone hit. That was a infield single to start off the game. York actually grabbed the 1-0 lead, but then Hastings College answered back and has never looked back as they have accelerated and kind of ran away here from the Panthers in this first ball game, leading by the score of 8-1. So Skinner rolls up the middle, and Skinner is going to be aboard with a single.
First hit of the ball game for Skinner there. She was 0 for 2. Nice timely hitting for Sam Skinner, and that's going to bring up Gracie Graff.
I have a scoring correction, by the way, to make for you.
Okay.
The first hit of the ball game from York has now been ruled an error on the play, and so as of this moment, well, you see what's in the hit column for York. I'm not going to do the broadcaster's jinx as it's a fly ball to center field. Camping out underneath mid is Ruckman. Skinner retreats back to first, and it's a fly ball for Graff out to center. So Skinner reaches on the single out to center. She's aboard over at first base. Reagan Hoos now stepping up to the plate. She grounded out to short and popped out to first in her previous 2 appearances so far this afternoon. Here's the pitch from Folk in there for a strike on the inside corner.
Got some bodies warming up there in the bullpen for HC. Might see.
Just in case.
Yes.
8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Hastings College. 1 run, no hits, 2 errors for the Panthers. As Hoos is up here with a 1-1. Skinner over there at the first base bag. Top of the order would do up if Hoos can get aboard here and keep the inning rolling along. Anything essentially, but a ending inning double play. Pitch misses high, 2-1. Who's 133 on the season. Looking for her first hit of the afternoon. Swung on and missed. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Broncos trying to keep the offensive momentum rolling right along here in the bottom half of the 5th. Big lead here on the Panthers. Pop fly, and that's going to be trouble, and the catch is going to be made by the second baseman. Anxious moments as the right fielder Rand was running in on it. Nelson makes the grab, and how many times do you see that ending up in disaster, and you almost turn your head away, but the second baseman Nelson able to make the grab for the fly out to second. Near collision. And York breathing a little sigh of relief. Caton Kapler now to the plate. Top of the lineup, which has been huge for Hastings College here this afternoon. Cap, Carroll, Mudloff, Pino, Lee, Medeiros. They have been gigantic contributors so far this afternoon for the Broncos. Kapler has walked twice, scored 2 runs, and struck out. And now puts this one into play. That's going to dump down in there in left field. And runners now at first and second as Skinner pulls up on the brakes. That'll be a single for Cap. And now Sophia Carroll steps up to the plate. Make it 10 hits for the Broncos here this afternoon.
Yeah, you mentioned the top of the lineup there for HC is coming clutch this afternoon. 7 of the 8 runs scored have come from the first 4 hitters of the HC lineup.
Sophia Carroll now with 2 aboard. Sack bunt, single, fly out to right on her scorecard. Let's give her an RBI too, shall we? She's due. Here's the 1-0 from Falk. Sophia Carroll represents the winning run at second base. If Camp can get aboard and send Carroll home, the Broncos would win this by the 8-run rule here after 5 innings of play. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 down. Off speed, in there for a strike. Right at the knees, it's 2-1. Still a hitter's count here to Sophia. Falk checking the wristband. Gets set for the delivery. winds and fires, and that one inside and maybe a little high as well. 3-1. If Carroll can get aboard, that'll bring up the fifth-year senior Lexi Mudloff. But Carroll would like to end it right now with one swing of the bat. Watches one on the outside corner. And now with 3-2 coming, the payoff pitch. Wheels are going to be in motion here for the Bronco base runners. This could be the ball game right here. Here's the pitch. Sophia chops it foul. Stays alive. We'll do it again.
Big AB right here. Be the number 2 hitter. And Sophia Carroll, if she can get on base, like I said, Lexi Mudloff has 2 singles on the day and has scored all 3 times. The next base is going to be lifted over to left field. Get over here. It's going to be 1 run's going to score here for HC, and that's going to be your ball game, folks, as Skinner pulls around from second base, and that should be your ball game, and it is.
The walk-off single from Sophia Carroll scores Sam Skinner, and the Broncos win this baby 9-1. A walk-off, no-hit performance from Jaslyn Moreno. No hits, 2 errors, and 1 run scored for York. Meanwhile, the Broncos, an offensive explosion. 11 hits, 9 runs, and just 1 error as the Broncos win this baby big here in game number 1. 9-1 your final. We'll come and wrap it all up and get you all set for game 2 as our Broncos softball coverage continues here on Extreme Sports.
Looking for the place in Hastings where people go for great food and good times? Head to Bullseye's Sports Bar and Grill. For more than 25 years, Bullseye's has been a Hastings institution, the spot where friends gather, games are watched, and memories are made. And every night of the week brings a can't-miss special. Tuesday features the pork ribeye. Wednesday is legendary wing night, crispy, saucy, and downright delicious. Thursday is the chicken buffet. Come hungry. Friday is pick your protein with your entree cooked to order plus all-you-can-eat sides and the salad bar. And Saturday wraps it up with steak specials. Great food, great atmosphere, and a Hastings tradition for more than a quarter century. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd and Hastings.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Bill Smith Softball Complex as we put the finishing touches on game number 1. The Broncos, an offensive outburst. 9 runs on 11 hits, only committing 1 error defensively. That 1 error led to the game's first and only run for York, so make it a no-hit performance from freshman Jaslyn Moreno. That's a heck of a way to make your Bronco debut here on your home field for HC. Very impressive. 1 strikeout, but just very efficient. Defense made great plays behind her, and the Broncos win this one easily, 9-1, as they erupted for 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and then put up a run in every single frame for the 8-run victory. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 1 in the third, fourth, and fifth for the Broncos, offensively led by Kaylee Pino, who went 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs and a run scored. Lauren Lee, 2 for 3 on the day with a double, a single, and 3 RBIs. And then Sophia Carroll with the RBI single. That would turn out to be the walk-off for HC here in game number 1. So a 9-1 victory for the Broncos to push them to 500 on the season as they go to a record of 8-8. Meanwhile, the loss drops York to a mark of 6-15. But doubleheader, an opportunity to take another swing here against these Broncos coming up here in just a little bit. So here's how we're going to do doubleheaders on the Extreme Sports Network. What we'll do is we'll step aside, we'll go to some regular scheduled programming, we'll get our lineup cards and everything all set for game number 2, which should be coming your way in approximately 15 to 20 minutes from now. So we'll take a quick break and get you back to regular scheduled VSiN programming here on the Extreme Sports Network. We'll come back for game number 2 right here on Extreme Sports. A Bronco winner in the first, looking to sweep the Panthers a little bit later on this afternoon here from the Bill Smith Softball Complex. Come back for game number 2. Join us in just a few here on Extreme Sports.
We've come to the end of the first game of today's doubleheader, but there's still more Broncos action ahead. Stay tuned. Game 2 is coming up next on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports.